the major the major thing that shook my life happened. You guys will be seeing me sweating a lot. That is because I am under light. Light is hitting me from the front, up, back. Light is everywhere, so I am likely gonna be sweating a lot in this video. So forgive me, even though the fan is on. Anyways, before now, about a year ago, there is this word that when I hear people say, or rather there is this sentence that when people say it, I really don't understand what they mean. Like I hear people say this a lot, especially YouTubers, especially content creators. Like they just come out from nowhere and they'll be like, life have been lifing. I never really understood the deep meaning of life have been lifing or life is lifing. I mean, it is not even a good grammatical expression, so don't blame me, okay? I kind of low-key judge people that use that word because to me, I feel like no matter how busy I get, I can, once I set my mind to do something, once something is important to me, no matter how busy, life is lifing is not an excuse to be less consistent as a creator, to not show up, you know, to leave your channel for a long while. You would always find time to do what you want to do, except in the case of a tragic situation. But if nothing tragic happened, you know, you can or you would always find time to do something you prioritize or something you want to do. So when people say that, I just feel like this is not your priority. That's why you couldn't squeeze or you couldn't work your way around it. So I never really believed that sentence, or I never really believed it the way people presume it to be. Does that make any sense? Like I never believed it the way people presumed it to be. I always felt like it is not that deep. Well, I am here. I am here to say that life have been lifing for the last couple of months. Never in my wildest imagination did I think I could use that phrase or sentence. But here I am. Okay, let me dive right into why we're here. So a lot has been going on behind the scene, reason why I have been less consistent here and even on my main channel, which is something I have always avoided. This is something in my YouTube career, on my main channel, I have always avoided being away for more than a week. But at this point, I couldn't help it. I can't help it, or I couldn't help it because a lot has been going on. So let me backtrack a little bit. A couple of videos ago, in most of my vlogs, majority of my vlogs on this channel, I have always been saying I have been busy, a lot has been going on, I am doing this, I am doing that. At some point, I started telling you guys, you know, mentioning a lot of things that I've been doing and omitting one, saying I'll tell you guys in more details when the time is right. I guess the time is right now. Before everything started happening, my life have kind of been a simple one, you know. I mean, all I had to do was be a mom, being a wife. Being a mom entails a lot of things, even though it's just one word, mom. A lot of things come on that way. A lot of things, yeah. I can't even start mentioning them right now, but we all know that. So my life was just pretty much be a mom, be a wife. I had a business, a physical store, but there wasn't much I do on that area, being the fact that I have people who stay at the store. All I usually do was go there, check, you know, stuff like that. I usually don't get to do much at the store. That was pretty much what my life was about, to be a mom, a wife, and a business owner. To me, that wasn't so much of a big deal. At some point, I got used to being a mom. You know, I got used to being a mom. I got used to the struggles. I got used to everything, and I was living the life as it goes as time went by. Okay, up until I started creating content, and that immediately became a huge part of me. I was so involved in it. I love that I was so involved in it, unlike my business that I really don't get to do much. As I came into this platform, I started doing a lot of things. I got to do things with my hands. You all know the vibe, okay? And I loved it so much. I love that I was doing this whole thing myself. I love the whole idea that, oh my god, I am in control of this whole thing. I love being in control. Okay, I love being in control of situations that I find myself. So I love that I'm in control of every single thing, and I enjoy the ride as it went on, even though it comes with a lot of challenges, but I still enjoy doing it, or rather I enjoy doing this, not enjoyed. I enjoy doing this. So this added to the three things I was already doing before, and it was still good. Okay, I couldn't complain, even though you all know the struggle of being a mom, you know the struggle of being a content creator. If you are a content creator, I couldn't complain. I kept on coping with them until I started creating content across other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube Shorts, and the pressure started getting worse. The pressure started getting worse. The pressure. I was struggling to, be consistent. I mean, when you are on other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, you have to be more consistent than you would even be on YouTube. Okay, so I started struggling with being consistent. I started struggling with showing up amongst every other thing that I did, but I was still coping. Okay, up until mid this year, or yeah, let's say up until mid this year, when I decided to start selling stuffs online after the pressure that I got from my mamas, who always inquire about the products that I use on Adobe's hair. That is my daughter. Adobe is my daughter, in case you are new here. Okay, after getting a lot of pressures from mamas that always want to know, always want to buy the stuff that I use in making Adobe's hair, the product that I use on her hair, I decided to start selling them to bring it home so it would be easier. Okay, so it would be easier, because before then I used to recommend, refer them, but I wanted things to be easier, and I decided to start selling them, and it kept on going on well. It kept on going on well, but guys, the struggle I have been going through, like as soon as I decided to venture into selling these stores online, I started going through a lot. Okay, it comes with a lot. When I started newly, I was the one in charge of everything. In case you don't know, I sell kids ponytails online, kids hair accessories and kids ponytail. I started selling the kids ponytail first because the accessories that I got were not available at the time when I wanted to start up this business. They were not available, even though I've already ordered them. The shipment got delayed by 4 months. I'm not kidding. So I started selling the kids hair ponytail, and when I started, I was the one in charge of everything. I braided, I did literally everything, and you have no idea how much work goes into that. Like, looking at it, you just feel like there's nothing here, which was what I even saw it to be before I started doing it. Okay, I mean, I braid hair, I know a lot of things about hair making and stuff like that. So me as a braider, I saw that to be very easy by me looking at it, until I started doing it and I saw the whole work that goes into making it alone. Not even talking to clients, replying chats, like doing all these stuff. Not even that. I mean, just the production of the stuff that I sell. It was taking a toll on me. It was taking a toll on my health. It was taking a toll on everything around me, emotionally, mentally. I barely had time to sleep. So that was when I decided to let me get a helping hand, someone who can be helping me to braid this thing. I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So I got someone to be helping me braid the hair while I do the finishing touch to everything. And that was like, braiding the hair, beading it was like 50% of the work. So I had 50 to myself still. And like I said, it's not easy at all. Trust me, believe me when I say the work that goes into the making of these kids hair ponytails is not easy. So I kept on coping with it, struggling with it, as if that was not enough. At that time, I knew I complained a lot. I was ranting a lot in my vlogs, you know, talking about how I had barely slept, talking about the work that I had to do, running around trying to sort out this. Let me not even go into saying that, because chigeji chigabo. So as if that whole stress, the whole thing that I was doing there wasn't enough, I decided to share my content. I decided to move my vlogs from my main channel to this particular channel, because my main channel was mainly about hairstyle, and I felt like these vlogs was not, or rather these videos like this, see that videos, vlogs and everything, they were not sitting well on that channel. They were disrupting the algorithm was not helping it at all. So I decided to move it on to this channel, and now I have a lot to do, managing 2 channels. My TikTok is there, my Instagram is there, struggling to be consistent. My online business is there, my physical store is there. At some point, okay, the physical store where I barely go to, I started showing up a lot, because the persons that I employed who used to stay there, they had some situations, okay, and they had to leave. So before I could get someone, I had to stay. Someone had to be there, and it was only me alone, braiding hair, selling all the stores, replying chat, talking to clients, doing all of it. Like, I can't even mention them. It was taking a toll on me. I felt sick a couple of times, and I was still, at that time, I was still struggling to be consistent. I was still trying, okay? I was still trying. I was still consistent. Not trying. I was still consistent in uploading my usual hairstyle videos, most importantly, because I mean so I was still making sure I show up with uploading hairstyle videos. I was still making sure I show up on my other platforms. I was the only one there at the store. I was the one in charge of my online business solely. Well, I had someone ready for me, but yeah, you get the drill. At that time, I was struggling so much to balance my life. I didn't know how to balance my life. I didn't know. Everything was just messed up. Everything was zag. My vlogs were not going the way I wanted my vlogs to go. I mean, the whole reason I decided to move my vlogs, my chit chat videos down to this place from my main channel was so I can strategize, so I can bring in more vibe. Like, I had a lot in store, I planned a lot in my head, okay, how my vlogs will be going, how my sit-down videos will be going, but I couldn't execute everything that I planned because my life was a mess, literally. But it didn't end there. The major the major thing that shook my life happened. I have always wanted to go back to school. In case you don't know, I went to Polytechnic, but I knew that that was not where I wanted my education to end. I wanted more. I wanted to acquire more certificates. I wanted more. So after 7 years, I went back to school. It's someone clapping. Anyways, after 7 years, I went back to school. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring in the whole gist. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all everything there used to be told, the program I am running, everything. Seriously, I'm gonna talk about this in subsequent video. This video is to tell you guys about what my life looks like right now, hence why I have been less consistent here. So I went back to school. It wasn't easy. It was see, if the struggle I was going through before I went back to school was 100%, it went to 1000%. I was struggling to attend classes. I was struggling with everything. I was struggling. Sometimes I broke down. I'm like, who sent me? I was doing well. I was doing okay. It's not like I was a dropout. What is all this for? What is all this for? Like, what is all these struggles for? I started having a second thought about it. Why do I even have to go back to school? I'm doing okay, I'm making money. Like, what is the whole point of this? But I knew this is what I have always wanted. Before I came into marriage, I told hubby, you know what? This is how it's going to be. I'm definitely going to go back to school when the time is right, when our kids are older. Okay, I would love to go back to school. I would love to acquire this certificate. I would love to acquire that certificate. I would love to read this course, all of that good stuff. Is what I've always wanted. So even though I started second guessing it, I started doubting, I shouldn't have done this. I knew that this is what I want. So I kept on struggling with it. Now my life was completely scattered. Everything was going zig, 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 zag, zag, zag. Even though I am present with my kids at home most of the time, I am not fully present because I am always either doing something. If I'm not sorting out others, I am doing finishing touch to the ponytails, or I am reading, or I am doing one thing or the other. I am always doing something. You can never catch me trying to rest. Not like I don't like resting. I was always engaged with one thing or the other, and it was messing up with my mental health a lot. I was not getting enough rest. Like, my life literally became a struggle. There was no balance anymore. I was struggling to make out time to read. It was just like my love for money was overshadowing the whole dream that I had of going back to school. Because sometimes I'm like, this one is bringing in money, let me focus on this one. So I'm focusing on the business more, sorting out others. Like, I almost, at the time, I pushed book aside. I was always like, just one more day, let me just take this order today. Tomorrow I'll read. That tomorrow I'll be like, let me take this order. Next tomorrow I'll read. That was how I almost started doing it, and I had to calm myself to order. What do I really want? I had to make a time to talk to myself. To tell you how much my life became a mess, I barely had time to pray in the morning. Like, as soon as I'm jumping up from the bed in the morning, I'm rushing off to the kitchen to go prep the kids for school, to go prep the kids for lunch. I was barely having time to study my Bible, to do my morning devotional. This was something I always loved doing. I started having challenges doing all these things. To be honest with you all, amidst everything going on in my life right now, they kind of all look like blessings. Not kind of, they are all blessings. The only problem that I'm having is balancing everything. The problem I am having is balancing everything, because all these things are blessings. These are answered prayers. Getting others, getting people that don't know you from Adams, people that don't know you from nowhere, patronize you, buy a lot of things from you. These are prayers that I've made, and all these are happening. The reason I'm busy is because others are coming in. The reason I kept getting busy with others, the reason I kept sorting out others, is because others are coming in. People are ordering these things. I went back to school. This is something I've been looking forward to do. So these are blessings. These are all blessings. I'm complaining, but not in a spiteful way of, I don't want to do this, I don't want to. I am having challenges of balancing this whole thing, and it's affecting my mental health so much, and I don't like the fact that it is pushing me away from God. I don't like the fact that because I am trying to make more money, because I'm trying to make money every day, it is pushing me away from God. I am no longer doing my devotions. I am barely finding time to pray. I don't like that. I have been struggling to get myself back in track. That has been a major challenge amongst everything that have been going on in my life right now. This is my life right now. Thankfully, my exams are fast approaching. Okay, my exams are fast approaching. So as soon as I'm done with my exams, I will have time for my YouTube, which is where everything began. See, I can never prioritize any other thing I do more than YouTube. I can't. No matter, even though they might make more money than YouTube does, but this is my life. This is what I love doing. Like, as soon as I started, on the very first day I started doing this, I started creating content, I was like, this is everything just made sense. You know how you're doing something, like you're looking for something, you're looking for something to fill your life, and you just stumble on one thing and it just made sense. That is what YouTube is to me. Even though I'm doing all these things, giving you guys a live update, that doesn't mean that I am fully back to being consistent. I will try. Okay, but now that my exams are fast approaching, it will be best for me to go offline to study for my exam. So yeah, this is what my life looks like right now. Oh my god.